Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from New York City. Welcome to the MLG Studios for another eSports report. I'm Chris Puckett, and today we got a jam-packed interview-based show. Let's go over some of the people that are going to be on the show today. We got the owner of JusTus, Big Snacks. We got Blevdog, the GM of Curse God. We'll be talking with Neslo, a player from JusTus, as well as Tipsy. Kingdom Soldiers coming on. Denial's new player, BL Fire, will be joining the show, and we'll be talking with Sharp, the captain of Team Caliber, about the roster moves that were announced late last night. So many team changes going down following the Call of Duty Championships. Right here on the show, we'll be covering it all, and keep your tweets coming, guys. I got the monitor set up today. I'll be reading some of your best tweets throughout the evening. So here we go. Let's kick it off, but before we get to the interviews, we have a very special message. This was sent out to all of the team owners that are in the MLG COD League. This is the official statement from MLG regarding the roster lock ruling. Season 1 teams must submit a roster of starters for Season 2 with at least one player who was a starter on their Season 1 roster. Teams that fail to submit an eligible roster of starters by the deadline of 5 p.m. EDT on Tuesday, April 15th, will lose their spot in the league, and MLG reserves the right to select a replacement. So what does that mean? A lot of roster changes are being discussed. Some new team potentially, or some potential new squads that didn't exist at all last year are being formed. Or last season, not last year, even though we did start at the beginning of this year. So what this means is you must have at least one starter from the 10 teams that were in Season 1, of course. That's going to be Complexity, FaZe, Optic, Envy. 3 Curse squads were in that one. Strictly Business. You know, there's lots of drama going around there. We talked about FaZe Black on yesterday's show, how Saints and Censor were over there. Apathy was playing with TK in the 2K. Dito was thought to maybe go to Curse Las Vegas. So everyone's really wondering what's going to happen with FaZe Black. Are they going to get a spot? Technically, right now, they were not a team in the league for Season 1. They do not have a spot, so they would need another team to fail to send in 4 starters, including 1 from Season 1. With that said, none of these rosters, nothing that I've been reporting is official until April 15th when those rosters are locked in for Season 2. So all of this activity right now in the Call of Duty scene, all of these new teams that are forming are not official until they're submitted into Major League Gaming, at least in terms of what's going on with the MLG COD League. So let's kick off the show with 2 owners that have been very involved in the Season 1 COD League. They've been helping build up the Call of Duty community, taking esports to the next level. I'm very happy to introduce, we got Big Snacks, better known as Rick from JusTus, and of course, my dude, Blevdog. How you guys doing? Of course, Blev is the manager of Curse Las Vegas, Curse New York, Curse Youth. Anything COD related, he runs it. Guys, I can hear myself a little bit in the echo, but let's kick this one off. You guys have some news here, and I'm going to let you break it first. What's going on with our players?
Hey, Puckett.
How's it going, Chris?
Pretty well. Hey, so what we're doing is we had some players that wanted to switch up and wanted to form some different teams. Instead of just, dropping and picking up, Rick and I did a lot of talking, and we decided to do a trade. And we hope that this is kind of the example of what we could do moving forward. And, I decided to trade Miracles to JusTus, and Tipsy is going to be coming over to Curse. Rick, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So what we did was for the best interest of the players. We took what we had and tried to make it the best. Instead of dropping players or having them to search for teams, we figured as owners, we figure out a way for them to not have to go through that problem. So we talked to each other, and we also talked to the players separately and together. And this is the solution we came up with, and it works out great for everybody that's involved.
So Miracles is coming over from Curse Las Vegas. He is now on the JusTus roster. And then we see Tipsy now coming over to play with Parasite on the Curse squad. Pretty awesome stuff here. How did you guys come about this trade? Was it an idea from the players, or was it something that you two discussed first?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a secret that in the Call of Duty community, Miracles He has some special people and the people he want to play, but there's a lot of fallout from COD champs, obviously, including Ricky, Parasite, and Miracles. And so I didn't want to just say, okay, well, we're done with you. I think that he has a tremendous talent, and Rick's one of my best friends in the community, and we work a lot together on different ideas and things. So we just felt like it was going to be the best for everybody instead of just kind of, fish and cut bait. For us to propose this, and the players liked it, so we're moving forward.
I love to see the organization from the team owners really seeing this thing through. I think this is something that we're really needing in the Call of Duty community is structure. You guys are helping us take a step forward in that, so much appreciation is sent your guys' way. Let's talk about something else on the agenda here. Not only did you guys make a team trade, you've been making some big moves in terms of team houses. What's the news, guys? Where is it going to be?
So we're both, funny enough, if we could talk about it, we're both going to have our team houses in the same area. We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. We're both here together in Atlanta right now, side by side. We're going to be working, I'm going to be working towards having our house up and ready by Monday next week. Sorry,
that's pretty quick. I like the turnaround here by Monday.
Yeah, so I've been doing shopping right now. We have Parasite coming in actually tonight. Going to fly to PAX from here. A couple of the other guys are going to start driving in, and we'll have the team house up and running, fully functional before season 2. So we're excited. We're excited to put out a lot of content, a lot of streams, and excited to have another team so close so that we can do land scrims besides having multiple teams in the house, hopefully, eventually. But we'll be able to have another team come in really easily at JusTus. So you want to talk some, Rick?
Yeah. So the JusTus house is going to be here in Georgia also. We're going to be not that far from the Curse house, as a matter of fact. So we didn't plan this. It was simply coincidence. And
come on, you love me.
I do. I love you. But for people that's thinking that we didn't plan it. It just happened to work out that way. Yes, me and Chris are very good friends, but we also want the best for our teams. And being in a team house makes your team so much better. The guys get to play together. They get to live together and do a whole lot of other things besides just play the game together and being online. Being online is good, but living together makes for better structure as a team. You learn each other's bad habits and intentions, and you get that friendship and that camaraderie, and it just bonds them together so much better. So I'm happy to finally announce that we will have a house here in Atlanta, and hopefully by the end of next month, everybody will be here. A house will be up and running, and we'll be good to go.
Ron, you just now showed us side by side that these guys are sitting next to each other. That's awesome. Well, you guys are actually in the same room. It's great to see kind of this friendship developing between two team owners and the owners of JusTus and Curse COD. So it's great to see you guys making big steps forward. You have individual team houses now, one for JusTus, one for Curse. Chris, I know there's a lot of questions right now in the chat. Is this for just one of the Curse squads? Is it for all three? Who's going to be invited to live in this house?
So yeah, right now, initially there's going to be 5 players because some of the players that we're picking up have some other commitments, so they're not able to move in. But this is a Curse COD house. It's not a Curse Las Vegas or what's going to be renamed or Curse New York team. It's a Curse COD house. So we anticipate there's going to be some members of Curse Youth eventually moving in. I think if one of the other teams I'm going to announce in a little bit, if any of those guys come around, then that's where they'll stay. And real quick, if anybody has questions, why Atlanta? Atlanta Airport is it's the most cost-effective. You can get anywhere in the world quickly. They have very inexpensive housing, great infrastructure, great internet. And we were initially going to go to Las Vegas, but after the League of Legends team moved, it just didn't make any sense because it's actually pretty expensive to fly out of Las Vegas unless you're going to San Francisco, New York, or somewhere else. So like getting guys to Columbus, getting them to Anaheim, it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be a lot more cost-effective for us, and we're also going to be able to have a lot more scale because of the number of people we can put in this size house.
That's awesome. Well, I know this is actually becoming kind of a gaming hotbed. You have Envy just a few states away up in North Carolina, but down in Atlanta you have Scuff. That's where their headquarters. I know, Rick, you've been down in Atlanta for a while. Incredible food. I'm going to have to make a trip down there as well. I got to see this JusTus in this curse house. And I know you guys will be seeing each other quite frequently. So have you guys talked about kind of a team scrims, lands going on in between the two squads?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the great benefits of this. We both kind of came to the decision on Atlanta separately, but once we did and we started talking, we felt like, wow, there's a lot of synergies and things that we can do. So, before we go into Anaheim, being able to have another team come in and not have to send them anywhere to not have to pay for travel, just have them drive up the road. That's going to be huge, I think, for both of our teams. I think you saw that in COD Champs, what that land practice did for Optic. Right? I think a lot of that, all that practice that they had, and then, as well as complexity and some of the other teams at UGC. So I don't think you can discount what lands mean and getting that land practice before, especially with other pro teams, and that we can easily set it up. It's going to be huge for both our orgs.
That's incredible, guys. I'm excited for both of you. We are going to take a quick commercial break, but I know both of you will be back on the show. First, we'll be talking to Big Snacks about the new lineup that JusTus will be featuring coming into Season 2. And then Chris is going to break down what is happening for Curse. All three teams, some mix-ups across all three of them. Stay tuned. The ESR continues after this.